Okay, we've got our top three finishers from today's Steel Commander Superbike race here at Road Atlanta. Our winner, Jake Gagne, second place, Cameron Bobier, and third place, Cameron Peterson. And we'll get started with Cam down there at the end. Extremely rough day yesterday. A good bounce back today. I know you've had a lot of stuff going on this off season, and it's just got to be a big relief.
Yeah, it really is. You know, not a lot of people really know what I've gone through the last 9 months, and you know, even a month ago I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it through a race, and yeah, it just feels really good to be back up here. You know, made the right decision with the surgery, and obviously the people in my corner just really put the work in and made sure I was here and in the right way. So yeah, a tough day yesterday, you know, first race back after everything I've been through to come back and do that. But, you know, there was a lot of positives to take away from yesterday. I was kind of able to run the pace, and when I dropped back, I was able to close back into the front guys. And it was unfortunate with the yellow flag. I mean, I don't think one of us up here actually saw the yellow flag. It was just in a really shitty position. So yeah, when I had to drop back the two spots, it put me behind Baz, and yeah, I just almost ran into the back of him going into turn 2 there. But yeah, today, great to get a podium. I had such a bad feeling this morning in the wet that the first 3-4 laps out there, I was dog slow. And then I kind of started to get into my rhythm and feel things out, and you know, got a little bit lucky with some guys going down, but I'll take it.
Physically, how close are you to 100%, or are you not going to get to 100%?
I think, you know, I'm pretty close. Yesterday, you know, we still got some grip strength stuff that we need to work on, but I think doing 19 laps in the race wasn't going to be an issue. So yeah, felt good. You know, halfway through the race yesterday, it kind of clicked in my brain. I was like, this is the right decision. We made the right decision, and it definitely was the best thing for me. You know, I couldn't keep racing the way I was, so you know, I didn't really have an option, to be honest. So just so stoked to be back up on the podium, and congrats to these two boys to my right, and look forward to doing battle with them for the rest of the year.
All right, well, we're glad you're back. Second place today, Cameron Bobier, our winner from yesterday. You had to come from pretty far back. Was that just the fact of qualifying poorly?
No, to be honest, I was pretty timid the first couple laps. Man, I was pretty nervous going into that race. Just conditions. That was only my second time out on the BMW in the wet, and I didn't have the best feeling this morning. JD came around me like I was standing still in the first section, and yeah, he was ripping this morning. So made a couple TC changes, and just as the track was drying up a little bit, I really felt good, man. I felt so good there in the middle of the race when I was making my charge back, and I was definitely taking some chances, and I was kind of going back and forth in my head. I was like, man, like I feel good, like I'm catching these guys, but I was, you know, having a couple moments here and there, and it seemed like once I caught up to JD and Jake, it seemed like they started going faster, like especially when we got tangled up with those lappers a little bit, and Jake got a little bit of a gap, and he was going like it seemed like that was the fastest part of his race. And yeah, towards the end, I would have really had to take a big risk to try to get him somewhere on the brakes. And he did a super good job in the last section, holding his line or blocking his line. And yeah, he brought it home today. But I'm stoked to have a 1-2 finish this weekend and start the season off strong. And I'm looking forward to Barber.
Did it get to the point where it was close to be like having to hunt for puddles or anything, or not?
I mean, for sure, there at the end, like we were spinning it up big time. I was just like into the TC as soon as I was touching the gas, and straight up and down. But you know, the way this track is on a Superbike, you don't have time to search for puddles. You got too much power in your hand.
All right, thank you. Our winner today, Jake Gagne, second yesterday, win today. These guys are obviously tied on championship points. First question, was the rain easier on your arms, or did we have the same issue?
No, it's fine. I like these guys said, like this morning's warm up was crazy. Like it was almost at the point where there's a lot of standing water. So I think all of us, I was able to get some good laps, but I think all of us had a little bit of a sketchy feeling. So I think we knew going into the race here, like it was nicely wet and no big puddles to worry about hydroplaning and all that. So that was good and got off to a really good start. I think, I don't remember when I got in the lead, but I think pretty early on, and then like felt really comfortable right away. I think I had a little gap for a couple laps, for 5 laps or something, and then I started getting reeled in, and I knew I could see pit boards flying. I could see Cam's and JD's pit boards, so I knew it was those guys coming. At that point, like Cam said, it was a fine line. I was going back and forth between like pushing when I could, but also no matter what, the most important thing was to get on the podium, even if these guys wanted to push harder than me. And I got lucky, really lucky there with JD was in the lead and he was ready to take off. Like that's when I had to push my hardest. And then he got screwed by that lapper. I went up the inside and so it was a bummer for him because JD was really, really riding good. And from then on, I think I was in the lead and I knew Cam was right there. I didn't know if it was Cam or JD actually, but just tried to be smart on the last lap. Like I was kind of parking it in some of those turns and going down into 10A. I was really tight and kind of ran wide. And I knew Cam was going to try to maybe square me up, but I just parked it in that second to last turn and kind of squared it up. So he would have had to go around the outside of anything. And but it's good. Like I said, it was a really mentally tough race because like we both, we all wanted to push, but at the same time, like it was going to be really easy to throw it away. And the podium would have been the most important, but we got to win, so it's awesome.
Back there on one lap at the bottom of the S's, you had a big moment, and then right behind you, JD hit the same. I think there's a little bit of puddle there, and he hit the same thing and crashed.
Yeah, I think I remember that one lap. I just hit, the puddle sits by the curb, and it wasn't that big, but it was big enough to where if you touch it, I guess JD. I didn't see JD's crash, but I assume he did the same thing, and I just barely nicked it, and again, it sucks. It sucks for JD, but it's good to get. I know. Cam P wanted to be in the fight, but a couple of Yamahas on the podium is a good day, and we get to roll on with some momentum. And again, I keep saying it, but it's going to be a sweet championship hunt, with a lot of these guys, so it's going to be fun.